Evening. So, Heroes in Crisis 6 by Tom King, Clayman, Mitch Gerards, etc. From DC Comics is out. Came out this week with 3 issues left to run. Which leads us to our favourite pastime, Bleeding Cool. Working out who the mass murdering superhero killer in the Sanctuary, the home for troubled superheroes, actually is. Or was. I mean, especially since we kind of think we had it right from the beginning. Anyway, let's do a run through. Spoilers on, in case we actually get it right. Could happen. Has happened before. Okay, number 1. Remaining our favourite is Wally West, The Flash. Yeah, I know he's dead, but we'll get back to that in a minute. Now, Bleeding Cool originally ran this as a rumour as how the book would open. And we clearly got that wrong. The idea was that West would be running through the sanctuary, machine guns are blazing, and this was meant to be some kind of shocking opener. And I'm told that, we're told that's the way it might be going, and that wasn't how it was going. But there's still the idea that that's how it might be ending. And we managed to accidentally spoil the whole thing. Not on purpose, I point. But that might be where it's gone. We don't know. Maybe. I was told that there were discussions regarding, changing the ending. Although, those with the experience of doing that, like with Armageddon 2001 ending, which was kind of leaked by a Bleeding Cool of its day, were well advised against making any changes this time. The most recent issue reflected Wally West's reaction to losing the children he forgot he had and leaving him disconnected with everyone else. So, there's that. And also this idea, the plan would see Wally West would be recruited by the Suicide Squad in a new series by Brian Azzarello, of which there's been no sign, I'd also like to point out. So, it's all a bit up in the air. And yeah, he is dead in Heroes in Crisis, but his body is also 5 hours older than it should be, or something. And of course, there's the Poison Ivy cover for an upcoming issue, in which it could be her drawing a W or a Flash symbol in either the blood or wine, depending how you interpret that cover. So something is up, and it might involve time travel as well. And that's where we get to the second theory, that is actually the character known as Tim Tomorrow, Tim Drake, Saviour. Tim Drake from a possible alternate future timeline, where as an adult he took on the mantle of the Batman. More recently, he was imprisoned by Jor-El as Mr. Oz back then. He escaped, fought against Superman, Batman, Superboy, Robin. He was last seen falling through hypertime. And now, is killing all these superheroes something he believes may lead to a better future? Maybe. Is the Poison Ivy cover, could that be drawing his zigzag symbol that he wears on his belt? The Heroes in Crisis crossover with Batman and the Flash tease an upcoming villain who is known to Batman. Could this be him? Tim Drake was on the DC Nation tease back at the beginning of all this as well. But he hasn't been set up in previous issues to appear. And that's the thing. If he's going to be the murderer, you'd probably put him in the first issue. Unless he is there, we don't know. Anyway. Now, there's also, number 3 is, let's go for a double here, Harley Quinn and or Booster Gold. Now, they were both set up in the first issue as the 2 main suspects, both believing the other was guilty of mass super murder. But recent issues have given us a very different version of events from each perspectives. So who do you believe? Harley Quinn passed the Wonder Woman lasso test, but that only goes as far as Harley believing it. And the Sanctuary can create all sorts of artificial realities, like a Star Trek holodeck. And that, of course, leads us to suspect number 4, which is Sanctuary itself. The artificial intelligence created by Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, using their combined technologies and personalities, which already appears to be kind of creating lies stacked upon lies in its holodeck. Now, Batman has form for creating technology that then tries to take over the world. Could the Booster Gold out there be the fake one that Sanctuary created? Could it all be a Sanctuary program that's managed to cross over with Flash, Batman, Titans, and Green Arrow? I mean, could be. There's also the graffiti, the puddlers, and the leaked videos to Lois Lane to consider too. Sanctuary could have done those itself. The puddlers, there's all sorts of ideas about whether that refers to Luddites or the idea of creating metal. And we do know how DC likes metal right now. Anyway, I have no idea how they factor in, but maybe our 5th guess might, because, basically, Professor Zoom, in that, he's a bit like the Flash, but a baddie. I mean, he's also been also been recently around in the Josh Williams comics, and he's been talking to Tom King about all the Heroes in Crisis stuff. It's possible his symbol could also fit the Poison Ivy sketch, and yeah, he is a baddie. And he's also, he's tied up in the whole Wally West affair with the children too. So it could be Professor Zoom. I don't know, but that's 5. Guess okay, 6. But I kind of cheated a bit. So who do I miss? Anyone I should reconsider? Who do you reckon it is? Or more importantly, is this not the point of the comic? Is this all just a kind of diversion, a whodunit, to play around with the idea of a whodunit, and it's all much more meaningful about, people who go through stuff? There's that too. No, it's a whodunit. I'm still, and if I had to put my money on anyone, it's still going to be on Wally West. 5 hours older or not. We'll have to see how that goes, and the explanations, and where that might lead. Okay, so if you've got any thoughts, let us know. Otherwise, Heroes in Crisis issue 7, not far off. And looks like it's got a lot of explaining to do.